Hey, Dad.
Hey, Kath.
We just got a whole bunch of new cables in.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the reason
and
I'm down here on the ground.
I know. And I thought it would be the perfect time to ask you for our tips and tricks or whatever for this week. What is the difference between guitar cables? Why are some $5 and other ones $50 for the same length of cable?
Oh, okay. Well, basically what it is the amount of resistance that a cable has is going to be your main item. So if you take a meter, so a cable that has less resistance, right, will be more expensive, right? So across the range. And they get that. The other thing that they'll do with cables, right, is they'll do extra braiding and so on, so it doesn't act as an antenna and get outside interference, particularly if you're running 20, 30-foot cabling. The ends, right, you'll find on some cables, right, are molded, right, so they're a non-repairable cable. On other cables, you can actually open up the ends, and if you were to lose a solder joint, right, you would be able to resolder the points. And then your quality of your end will change, right? This is just basically a standard metal end. Right, on the other end, we get down over here, the quality of the end are actually gold tipping. The tip here, right, the thread itself is much better. American-made tip. We've got support systems here for the cable. And then on the inside of the cable, we can see that there's a lot of braiding that's happening as it's coming around the masking on the inside of the cables. So this cable is going to give us less resistance. They've also taken and created out, this is a special plug on this Nutrix cable. Nutrix is a German company, does a lot of cable ends, right, to different qualities. This one they developed has actually got more depth, so it's going to sit into the contact on, particularly on a guitar, right, and sit in and catch it much better if you grab just an input. See if I can find something quickly here. And anyway, the idea is that it will actually take and it will hold it in better place. That's what I'm looking for. So what happens right on a cable, and this would be like the inside of a guitar or jack, right? And this goes in, right, slides. This is grounding off onto your ground. That's what your barrel does. And then the tip comes through, right, and grabs. So you can see from this one that the tip there has grabbed the cable and given it a very secure mount. If I do the same idea here. Right. Actually, it's got the same kind of nice pointy tip. That's that nice pointy tip. We get a rounder barrel on the tip. We're coming in, and as we grab it in here, it hasn't seated this edge right here.
Please stop moving.
It's seating quite as nicely. Right, you can see that as I push that in, right, it's just still on this, more on the front end of that tip than it was on the other one where we had it, and it was seating straight down. That tight. And then there's the braiding on the cable so that they don't tend to want to uncurl and unravel, right, so much, right, so don't want to wind up amongst themselves quite as much. Kind of nice that way. Kind of look cool. You can get multicolored. It's the game. Or you got to get into the cosmetic world, right? But again, just to show you that tip now that's been designed, so it just literally goes through and it snaps right into place. You can even hear it snap and go click. So, in a nutshell, that's basically it. If you want a lot more information, pop on down to the shop and visit us down here at Sound of Music in old downtown Abbotsford, and we'll be happy to talk to you about any cabling.